So is the Social Security Administration or it was the DHS place?
Both. So new job is like, we're seeing something wrong with the I-9, just as he verifies a problem. Says it's a Social Security problem. So I check with Social Security. Social Security is like, go to this local office, no biggie. I go to the local office. They give me a paper. I take that paper and I send it over to everybody. And they're like, nope, E-Verify is still a problem. Try with DHS. Call DHS. And they're like, it says Social Security right on it. What do you want me to do? So call Social Security's main office. And they're like, nothing we can do online. It's got to be done in person. I've already been in person. So I'm sitting there. And so now I'm going to have to go wait 2 hours in line again at the Social Security office because you can't make an appointment for this tomorrow.
And they
I think
just
Karen Ann has noticed your hair.
They just straight up told you that they couldn't, that they had done it wrong, basically.
Correct.
I know she's not talking about your haircut because you need a haircut.
I do need a haircut really badly.
Rose is here. We can go live.
Hold on.
Or we've already gone live.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been live.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. So, apparently... Oh, she apparently meant mine.
She did mean yours.
It's very long.
What did I just walk into?
Walked into Kyle telling a story.
Hers are long.
I don't know if I want to know Kyle's story.
It's
I'm going to
about the
switch my
Social
internet.
Security
I'm going to switch my
Administration
internet because I'm a
sucking.
potato right now.
Yeah, you're very pixely. Like, you need more pixels.
There's almost 5 whole pixels there. So I'm doing my like E-Verify, and Social Security fucked something up. They don't know what exactly.
Hate that.
And so I went in and they were like, there's no problems here. We'll go ahead and clear it. And apparently they didn't actually clear it. They just gave me the paper saying they cleared it.
I
have to go back.
I hate all the new job bullshit.
Hey, there's like 12 pixels there. That's like 75% more pixels than before.
I'm waiting to see myself on screen on...
I can actually see that you have strands of hair rather than having one Lego brick hair.
Well, tape or not. We've bantered enough.
You're fine.
Okay, we'll tape. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to The Business List, your source for stories inside the party, across the country, and around the world. We are LP Alliance, an intercaucus coalition rebuilding the Libertarian Party and revolutionizing the liberty movement. My name is Amanda Griffiths. I'm joined by Rose Leatherman. We might be joined by Jake Porter later. All I know is I'm not joined by Kyle Davis. He's just here. All right, everyone, how are you?
Jake decided to ditch us for a meeting. I suppose that's a valid excuse.
For an LPR meeting. Is it, though? Is it a valid excuse?
I feel like my life is like Rose's curtain rod, slanting downward and hanging on.
See, there's a reason I haven't fixed it. I feel like this is just perfectly representative of my life right now.
Oh, I feel like
it's a work of art.
It's become a fixture of the show now. Like, I don't know that you can...
It's there to annoy people because that's just kind of me in a nutshell. You either
as we've seen.
You either appreciate the art to it or it just annoys you, and that's that.
Indeed. Yes, Kyle?
Watching some of the drama with LP New York's comms and things. Rose just makes people mad. It's true.
I mean, okay, I don't actively avoid making enemies, but I don't try to make enemies either.
You don't try it. It just happens naturally. You know who also doesn't try to make enemies, but it just happens naturally? Well, two places really, Iran and the United States. And we have to catch up with the news, because apparently when we were having our fundraiser last week, many things happened. So on the 28th of February, the United States did in fact execute several airstrikes, notably against the Ayatollah Khamenei and his family. Now, since then, there have been counterstrikes, there have been escalations from multiple countries, but it's not a war, everyone. It's not a war because Congress didn't declare it. Nobody's going to declare war anymore. It's just going to be a series of airstrikes, one after the other.
Well, why would they? The precedent has been set. This was set during the Obama administration that you don't have to get congressional approval. So why would anyone bother? There are no consequences to going to war without a Congress. So
And Congress had already said, why the fuck do we even need to declare war? It's a police action. We're happy about it.
Yeah.
With fucking Bush and Vietnam and Korea.
yeah, they've
Congress-
all been illegal, but the thing is, they're not really illegal if there are no consequences to just starting a war without Congress officially declaring a war.
Well, Congress doesn't want to declare war. Like, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to make decisions.
Oh yeah, they
That,
like
is
it. They don't have
outsourced
to be on the
bureaucracy.
record supporting it. They can
Exactly.
next time they campaign, they can claim that they were opposed to it all along. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dave has a good point. Trump did announce that the automatic draft registration is back.
Yes, but okay. Here's the thing with that. So we know that the Trump administration
The
has
thing is, Amanda's a woman, and thereby she's not worried about it.
No. This was just like the Trump administration is saying that they're not going to rule out reinstating the draft. Here's the thing: Trump is always lying. Is why you always lie, and he's always lying. The administration's always
Two
lying.
noses.
So it would not make any difference in terms of misleading the American public if they wanted to reinstate the draft and just said, no, we're not going to reinstate the draft. And then when they want to reinstate the draft, they do. So this comment that we're not ruling it out is intended to do something other than communicate a desire to reinstate the draft.
I
Nothing
think
Right.
we're hear the news today.
combined with automatic draft registration, which I got a
Right.
weird amount of pushback for talking about this. Like, people are like, but that's already a thing. I'm like, yeah, but they're just trying to eliminate any possibility of dodging it by having
Yep.
it be automatic when, for all young men when they turn 18. Possibly
thing that
women
they
too.
announced
That has been
today.
trotted out before. For now, it's just young men, but it's they're
Well,
doing this
it's
now when
MAGA.
they have said that they may or may not be considering a draft.
But the thing is, like, they don't. Their statement that they may or may not be considering a draft is not indicative of a desire or an intention to invoke a draft, right? Because the administration lies and lies and lies. So they're saying that they're not ruling it out is indicative of something else, maybe just a desire to troll, maybe some kind of desire to get an emotional one-up on the American, but who knows? But a power move, a show of domination.
And yes, when there is, if any war is declared, the president should be required to be on the front lines. That
You
should
have to be-
You should at
absolutely be a
least have
thing.
to be on the battlefield in fatigues.
Look, Kyle, there is a long-standing
As-
tradition of people who are in charge of the armed forces not actually going onto the battlefield, all right? Like, since time
Trump has to
immemorial,
carry a fucking
a bullet.
Polo Mauser.
Lindsey Graham should be right there out in front. He should
I
be
mean,
the
Lindsey
drummer
Graham
boy.
should be in a cannon.
Well,
He
yes.
should be the shell.
Well, Lindsey Graham has indeed not told, so there's that. We have heard, by the way, from state media, Iranian state media, that, and I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, Khamenei's son and possible heir, Mojtaba Khamenei, survived the missile strike and is currently the acting leader of Iran. The motherfucker's dead, guys. Like, he's only ever no, I'm serious. Like, he's issued one written statement. Okay, the Khamenei family is dead. There is no Khamenei in charge of Iran at this hour. Everyone is panicking. This makes me miss color revolutions. I mean, it really does. Like, that's the way, if you want to overthrow a despotic regime, at least empower the people enough to fund a color revolution. I'm not even joking, and that's going to get me in trouble. But seriously, he's in a. I mean, allegedly.
They were toying with that for a while. They were talking about how we should be arming the protesters over there, which is hilarious because
We
this
should
was
have
at the same time. I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I mean, yes, the Iranian government was oppressive, but like it was just funny hearing it come from U.S. politicians who at the same time were saying that if you bring a gun to a protest in the U.S., that makes you a domestic terrorist who deserves to be shot.
Well, exactly.
But again, you're only a terrorist if you're going against the government that's good. And everyone knows that Trump
Oh,
and everything
right,
he does
yeah.
is good.
We're the good guys.
The best.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
A lot
But
in
yeah,
common.
I
on the
mean,
talking points.
it just
But-
the idea like there was growing resentment and resistance towards the Iranian government already.
Growing.
It was, as far as you could tell, organic. However, they just set back progress decades. Okay, now there's the rally around the flag effect, which is what happens when an external enemy attacks your country and starts murdering its people.
I don't know if it's a rally around the flag.
It's-
Like, I mean, there's, the country's in disarray now, and that is when you can have a despot rise to power.
Right. It's not it's not the progressive liberal democracies that rise to power when you have a failed state. It's the heavily organized, heavily armed people. Traditionally, that's often the religious fundamentalists.
Rose, tell me that it's not the failed states of progressive liberals that rise to power when you're in a failed state, and then look at Europe.
Fair point.
Anyhow, yes. So at this hour, we still have several strikes ongoing. We have servicemen and women being deployed to the region, evidently, and
their
Pete
grades.
Hegseth. What? I'm sorry.
And their grades.
And Pete Hegseth estimates that this police action could take 2 weeks. He's not really going to put a time limit on it. As we mentioned, there's this pretense, right? Or there's this pretext, rather, that we're doing this because of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity, which, why were we not worried about this before? In fact, we were. It's just that Iran is
40 years
particularly
ago.
unstable right now. We've been worried about it for a while, right?
Well, now we should be more worried. Like previously, we were able to make deals with them, saying that, okay, we won't attack you if you guys don't make a nuke. Thanks to the Trump administration, we have now demonstrated that our word cannot be trusted. Okay,
Right.
Right.
But I
you can
wouldn't
make
trust
a
them not
deal
to
with
make a
us
nuke.
and we might still bomb you anyway. So what reason would they have for not wanting a nuke now? It's the only deterrent. Okay, that's the thing. I've joked before, like if they actually had a nuke, you'd know because we'd stop threatening to bomb them, because if they had a nuke, we would not be messing with them.
I mean, they
As we
could
see with
be
Russia.
getting ready to have a
Uh-huh.
nuke. I
Yes,
don't
they-
trust them not to make nukes. I mean, like I think that a nuclear agreement is stupid because it's not like anyone's going to honor that. It's not like anyone believes that anyone's going to honor that. It's
Right.
dumb.
The U.S. has just completely
So-
proven, though, that no one will honor non-proliferation agreements.
But we've got 35 years so far of Iran being 2 weeks away from having a nuke, and they haven't ever had a nuke. And
Well,
so
it's
the
'cause
two
they've been 2 weeks
possibilities
away.
are that there wasn't an actual threat all this time, or that the U.S. has time travel, and for some reason Donald Trump has turned the machine off and is just attacking them instead.
Well, yeah, because we obliterated their nuclear facilities back in, I think, June, but apparently we time traveled back to before we obliterated those nuclear facilities, and now they're back to being
Russia
just
must
days
have
away
gotten
from
the
a
time
nuke.
traveling.
Yeah, it's Russia.
Could be. So the House has also rejected an Iran war powers resolution. This would have prohibited military action without congressional approval. Again, it was pretty much a party line vote. You had 2 Republicans, one of which was, of course, Thomas Massie, another of which was Representative Warren Davidson of Ohio, voting for this resolution that would prohibit Trump from taking these actions. And you had Democratic Representatives Henry Queller, Jared Golden, and Greg Landsman and Juan Vargas voting against the resolution. So again, narrowly defeated, but the resolution did not carry, which means we get to just have military actions without Congress saying anything. But Congress likes this kind of thing because Congress doesn't like taking accountability.
Right. How many girls' schools are we up to bombing now? At least 2, right? But we've been assured, though, by Trump that it wasn't really us, even though other people in his administration have admitted it was us. What actually happened was that Iran stole Tomahawk missiles from the US and then used those Tomahawk missiles to bomb their own girls' schools so they could frame the US.
I mean,
that's the most likely explanation. I mean,
if you want to look at it that way, like the IRGC is incredibly benevolent, trying to, render girls' schools effectively obsolete. That way, they don't get bombed.
Oh yeah.
So the official report did come out today. So we have now taken responsibility for this. What happened was they were using 10-year-old intel when that building was apparently the first building that was bombed. Bitco's correct. There's been 4 hit. The elementary school that everyone's been talking about, the all-girls elementary school. Apparently 10 years ago, it was a government building. It became a little girls' elementary school. And we didn't update our intel, so we bombed a fucking elementary school full of little girls.
Twice, at least twice. Or we have a comment saying 4 schools total now. Like,
Yeah,
after
right.
the second one, it seems deliberate. Combined with bombing oil facilities and other pieces of critical infrastructure, what was it, a desalination plant? Yeah, we're clearly targeting their infrastructure, which that's not anything new. It just goes, it just shows, though, we're not going after military targets. We're targeting civilians, and we're trying to destroy them as a country and as a society.
Which again, if we had really wanted to avoid this, we would have funded a color revolution.
So we also had today where after Trump this last week said there will be no more problems with oil getting struck by Iran after they closed the strait that I'm not going to try to remember the name of, where 2 oil tankers were bombed today and destroyed by Iran. And so after Trump's, we guarantee nothing's going to happen to them, which led to the oil futures dropping and oil prices coming down a little bit. Now they're back up to new highs. Thanks, Donald. You dumb fuck.
Well, he's on Twitter also been threatening to completely level their entire country if they do anything that raises the price of oil, or if they don't unconditionally surrender. He's said this so many times now that no one takes him seriously anymore.
Jake, you're here.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was late coming back from the Antifa. I'm in the LPAR communications meeting.
So it's all right. The LP.
What did you vote for at the
We
end?
all know AR stands for the Antifa Revolution.
Yes.
You should have an Antifa flag behind him and be like, "Oh crap! I forgot to take this down."
Just strategically placed right there. We were just talking about the police actions in Iran, which are going swimmingly at this hour.
Oh yes, the little excursion, as Trump calls it, right?
Yeah, little romp, little adventure. Yeah, I feel young again.
Practically
now
over.
that war in the Middle East is back. It's like it never left, honestly.
Complete with the Sharia law panic of the early 2000s that I've noticed various neocon politicians have been pushing extremely hard in recent weeks.
That's
Yeah,
pushing
about how the
Sharia
IRGC
law
running
or
Iran really going to cramp down on the Sharia law. That's
Except I thought they wanted Sharia law. I thought they've been pushing for Sharia law here in
They
the
want
U.S.
their own version. They're just angry that someone else might
okay.
get to it before they do. They want their Christian nationalist version of the exact same thing that actual Islamic fundamentalists want.
and then there's Shakira law, which is just
Now
part of
that-
It's
their
where your
that we
hips
can
don't
platform.
lie.
Yeah, exactly. And everything else does. Lips, yes. Hips, no. Speaking.
It really makes a man want to speak Spanish.
Kyle, this is a perfect segue. Do you want to talk about ICE now?
Absolutely. ICE killed another American this last week. Why aren't you seeing it on the fucking news? Because we're too busy murdering schoolgirls in Iran. We also have a video that's come out where ICE has repeatedly attacked a man who's completely innocent. They crushed a third car of his today. where they've repeatedly wrecked into him and caused wrecks.
How many cars does he
And it's-
have?
He's been having to go through insurance and get repairs and things. And this is the third time they've run down his car and knocked it into something.
I'm sure they
Um,
claimed though that he rammed them because they do this over and over. They'll insist that
Yep.
someone rammed them, and then it turns out that they actually rammed the civilian.
We have the evidence that
It's
came
amazing.
out
All these
about-
people that attacked him, we never get a conviction.
Yeah. We have the evidence that's come out about the nearly blind man who spoke no English that ICE murdered a couple weeks ago. He was a Myanmar refugee, spoke no English, and they claimed that he asked to be dropped off at Dunkin' Donuts. So they dropped him off in front of a closed Dunkin' Donuts during a blizzard with no shoes or coat, and he died. This is a consistent pattern with ICE. This is a consistent pattern with this government. This has been a problem for a long time with our government being willing to kill us, but this is mask off government at this point. If you look in the U.S. over the last 150 years, we've seen wanton slaughter of our people repeatedly.
Wanton, not wonton slaughter. That's just
No,
something you do at
I
a
want to
Chinese
talk
restaurant.
about Chinese
It's
food.
when you feed someone
I've been eating better.
excessive
When you're really
amounts of
hungry and you
wonton
get
until
food
they
replex,
die from
but-
sodium poisoning.
All you want
Exactly.
are the crispy dumplings.
So wanton destruction.
Thank you.
We've watched, if we go back 120 years at this point, we watched Black Wall Street get destroyed. We've watched as the United States has done this repeatedly to whoever they needed to destroy, whether it's African Americans, whether it's Irish Americans, whether it's Chinese Americans. Right now, it's whoever looks Latino to random ass people. And so today, ICE actually has attacked a fellow libertarian out of Florida. And so this is coming from J. Mark Barfield. Many of you in the Florida libertarian and volunteerism and gaming communities have met Izzy Alley of Orlando. Izzy was detained by ICE December 22nd on his return to the U.S. to return to his Orlando job. As a result, Izzy has lost everything, all of his possessions, including his cat, and he's been evicted, losing all of his property, seized by the Orange County Sheriff. The DOJ is now using unscrupulous tactics to shove through his deportation to Egypt. To top it off, Izzy learned today he has stage 3 kidney disease. He may not live to see freedom anywhere. This is a libertarian who's been a part of our movement, who has done great things for LPF, who's done things for a national libertarian movement, who's been an ambassador to Egypt for us and everything else. And this man is potentially dying because of the actions of this administration.
They have an ongoing pattern of like not providing proper medical treatment to people who are in detention facilities, not giving them needed medications. So
It's a fear tactic.
like
Like
it's
again,
awful. His life could very much be in danger.
So, J. Mark is actually, asking for anyone who can help with his case for asylum so he can get the medical care he needs. And he's asked that anyone who can reach out to help him with it. I think that's a worthy fucking cause for any libertarian.
I don't know why
if-
National isn't on top of this. By the way, this is
We
the
know
kind of
why National's not on top
well,
of it.
no, but like this is the kind of thing that can
hint,
put
hint,
the Libertarian
National,
Party
please
on the
tweet
map
about this.
and on the record as being, being against this bullshit,
Uh-huh.
and give us
Go ahead and tag
visibility in
Steven
a
in
really
this.
desirable way. Like
Yeah,
this,
I mean,
this is the kind of thing that should be getting tons of media bookings.
Mhm.
This is absolutely ridiculous that there
I'm
hasn't been a
treating this
single
as
comment. Sorry.
As a huge libertarian litmus test. Like we're living through one of the biggest libertarian litmus tests, possibly bigger than the COVID era. Like I just have no patience for anyone who's on the wrong side of the situation with ICE right now. Okay, you either see why it's a bad thing to have a ultra-violent paramilitary force occupying cities, going door to door, kicking down doors, detaining people on their way to work, ripping people out of cars because they showed up at the wrong place at the wrong time, or you're
But
probably
Rose,
not.
if we do something, they
salvageable.
might just start knocking on doors and ripping people out of cars and killing people.
No,
if we
don't
anything.
worry. We signed a non-aggression pledge, so it's not like we would do anything about that.
I think it's
Otherwise,
less
we're
It would be
concern about
aggression
that,
to
more
defend
concern
yourself.
of if You're going to hurt Dave Smith's feelings. You're going to hurt Clint Russell's feelings. That's what they're really upset about. The redhead libertarian might get upset, like someone insulted her pie baking or something. That's what they're upset about. They're afraid of. They're afraid they're going to hurt the libertarian influencers into them, that they don't want to say a damn thing about it. That's all it is.
It's I went
They
ahead
might
and
not be
tagged,
welcome in their
Stephen.
circles anymore.
That's right. Yeah. Might not speak at our conventions, which they never have. Thank goodness. Well, I guess
The
technically
people who
Dave
couldn't
Smith opened for
understand
Donald.
why selling out to the Trump campaign was a bad idea, yeah, I don't consider it a particularly great loss. And these are people who I used to have a lot of respect for, by the way.
I had some respect for some of them, but yes, noted. Yeah, no, this is the kind of thing that the National should be all over. This is why the best media booking that I've seen, the best the best pitch that I've seen actually land from the LP like this past cycle has been Nikola's statement on ICE and on abolishing ICE. That's been completely overshadowed by a whole bunch of loudmouth pseudo-libertarians who are endorsing all of this nonsense to the effect that the Timu Ann Coulter got quoted in I don't know what it was, the New York Times, talking about how great Trump's actions were.
Right,
So-
and LP National was reposting Clint Russell, as Karen Ann just pointed out.
Indeed.
Look, I'm
And,
glad
you know-
he's come around and has, turned against Trump. It's just, I guess it's kind of hard when, you were one of those people who was pointing out this is a terrible idea, who saw what was going to happen from, miles away, and were accused of just being an autistic hall monitor lolbert who is addicted to losing and allergic to relevance and blah, blah, blah.
Addicted to the American
But you know
people
who did
losing.
predict all this? The Cato Institute back in 2008 predicted exactly what was going to happen with Iran, almost exactly what would happen here. And you've got, Trump didn't hide this stuff. Trump didn't hide what he was going to do. You can't say, well, now you could say I was wrong. I thought he was just lying. You could say that, but they didn't. It was Dave Smith put the effing military at the entire effing military at the border, wasn't it? This is what they
Yeah.
voted for. This is exactly what they voted for. And for them to try to
That's
weasel
the
out of
thing.
it just because it's not popular anymore is not going to work.
Yeah, you can't say that I didn't vote for this. Yeah, you did. I'm glad that you're seeing the light now, but you did vote for this, okay? You need to own it.
John is saying one more
John
thing. on Izzy.
Morrissey.
He had a valid green card. He got married quickly, found out this marriage was not going to work. The government is alleging he staged a marriage to obtain citizenship. That's what you do. So the government can co-opt the social institutions for their own purposes and pull this kind of bullshit.
It as always, we've talked about this so many times, but when people accuse us of saying that we should be out, or I'm sorry, when people accuse us of saying we should be out committing violence, we're not saying commit violence. We're saying be out in the streets so that when you see someone like Izzy get picked up, and he's got a green card and he can show that he's allowed to be here and everything else, that you make sure that those officials stand back and do the due diligence that they must do. And if they don't, then they should be terrified of the repercussions coming against them.
This is
If
what
your
libertarian
government-
solidarity is about, by the way. This is what this is.
Oh, so you're not
Exactly.
just trying to replace the NAP like you've been accused of?
No, the NAP needs to be stronger to make it very clear that when we see people who are innocent and who need our assistance, that we must be out there protecting them.
Which is
Right,
why
and
we need to
that's-
say
We
what it's
must
actually about.
stay together.
That is the NAP. And even the non-aggression
is-
pledge, which is derived from the NAP, but not the full NAP, by the way, like that's perfectly in line with the non-aggression pledge, okay? It very specifically states that we oppose the initiation of force, okay? But a person defending themselves against a state that's wrongfully trying to abduct them, that's not
In
initiating
politics-
force.
In politics, force has already been initiated. This is where the premise just falls apart. Like, it is a state of force. Like, even if you are not an anarchist, which I'm saying, I wrote a long thing on this saying essentially that devoid of any moral judgment here, the state is an imposition of force. It just is. And because of that, the force has already been initiated. And the decision then becomes, how do we react to that initiation of force? To strengthen the premise that underlies the concept of non-aggression, which again, I don't like talking about non-aggression politics because I think it's kind of meaningless. It's an arena of aggression. Any political action is arguably aggressive because what you're trying to do is you're trying to decide for all, even as a libertarian, you're trying to decide what institutions or lack thereof should be in place for other people's lives. So it is an aggressive arena.
Right. You're saying, I want you to forcibly confiscate money from that person to pay for this thing I personally approve of.
Right. Or not, right? Or I want us to push back against any enforcement of authority that comes from outside the individual. That itself is also a statement that's a belief that is being asserted and imposed on others. So it's always already aggressive. The point is not non-aggression is a weird kind of in a vacuum type of concept. It cannot hold in the political arena. So instead, we talk about something stronger. We talk about things like self-ownership, self-authorship. We talk about things like solidarity, because when we define what impels our motive to resist violence, then we can actually do something about it. And then we can actually say what it's for. We can make better decisions about when to act and how. But we don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
It, I'm on record many times saying I'm not sure that anarchy can exist, but I damn well know that if there is a government, then that government should be terrified of its people.
Right.
It doesn't matter how big or small.
Anarchy is the only logical ideology because it is the only ideology that sees human nature for what it really is and recognizes that no person should have power, because where you have power, you're always going to have the worst types of people attracted to positions of power, and you're always going to have corruption. Like I personally, I will say that I think minarchy is one of the most utopian ideologies that you can possibly come up with. I think the idea that you can create a government, deliberately grant it the control over the very things such as police and military that it needs to accumulate more power, and expect it to stay small and limited in its size and scope is highly utopian. Anarchy is the only logical ideology when you follow libertarian principles to their logical conclusions.
There we have it.
I like Rose.
I do like Rose. I like Rose a lot.
I'm glad some people at least like me.
Some people do. Kristi Noem's probably not one of them. And that brings us to our next segue, which has to do with Kristi Noem having been removed from her position at the Department of Homeland Security. Evidently, this came after her comments at a recent hearing. Also has to do with Trump's dissatisfaction over her whole self-deportation campaign. One of y'all said it had to do with her sleeping around. I don't know which one of you that was.
That is well rumored because it has come out that she has supposedly been with like 5 different people.
Does her husband watch from the
department.
corner? Because he seems like the type that...
You're not wrong,
hey,
but,
that's your business, however you want to live your life. I'm just saying he seems like the type.
I'm just saying that, there's an argument from
I
Trump
think
that
what
after
really
her incredible
she
job,
made Stephen Miller
she's
mad.
been promoted.
She made Stephen Miller mad.
She is now the special envoy for the Shield of the Americas, which they're pitching as a concept of ICE, but for the Western Hemisphere.
So that either sounds like a make-believe title so that they don't have to admit she's been fired, or it sounds like something extremely terrifying, and I can't decide which.
Might be both. Might be both. I mean, the role is what you make it, really. That's.
I would rather just be fired.
We're not
just a made-up
firing
title.
you. We're promoting you to this role we just made up.
Exactly. Promoted so hard.
Go ahead and give her a Soviet hat and jacket because she wants to dress for the job she wants, not the one she has right now.
She's probably pretty good in that hat. I don't know. like blend in
wow.
with her hair. Yeah. So that's Christine Holmes. So they've got a new Homeland
Trump was bothered.
Security. Trump was what?
Bothered?
Bothered? And
That's what
Jake
I
is
heard.
muted now. The
My
CIA
connection
has.
is very bad here.
You're good. But Trump was
We
bothered.
do have a quick aside story from Jake about the importance of fashion.
Wait, what?
What?
I thought
Oh.
you said the importance of fascism for a second.
I mean, fascist fashion. It's like fast fashion, but different.
So, do you want to go for this one, Jake, or am I covering you for the moment?
Yeah, if my
think
connection's
you're
good
covering.
enough, Trump has been forcing everyone to wear these shoes. He's been buying them for his cabinet members, like Marco Rubio seen there. Except he didn't ask them their shoe size, so he just guesses their shoe size and then makes them wear these shoes that don't fit. And that in order not to make the king mad, you have to wear these shoes.
Now, given, they're Oxfords, etc., I like me a good pair of Bostonians. I get it. But who the fuck is like, you're going to wear the shoes I bought you? And I didn't ask you your size, and it doesn't matter. Apparently, one of Trump's favorite games is guessing people's shoe size,
I mean,
which is the least surprising thing I've ever heard.
Isn't
Well,
that
he
a
would
compliment,
just-
though?
He would
If
just
he-
give everyone his shoe size because he's so self-obsessed. It wouldn't even occur to him that other people might have a different shoe size than he does.
This is like a long
mean,
time.
that's
ago.
my- I would take
Ordered
as a
for
That's
Chris
my
Christie.
read on the situation.
I didn't know there was enough cowhide for Chris Christie.
Like triple wide.
No, he ordered like him and Chris Christie were at a restaurant. And he's like, no, he will have the meatloaf. And it made Chris Christie mad enough to where he complained about the media.
Oh, so she was a threat to his authority, and that's why he got. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Could be. Could be.
Ooh. It's, Vitko says this administration is a clown show. I've said that one many times. I don't think that's a strong enough word.
It's a
Um,
clown show, but they can nuke you. So
Right. It. I'm again pulling out the chuckle fucks.
that's
They
not so
are
scary.
chuckle fucks.
Like, I mean, the Iraq War was still an atrocity that never should have happened. However, the people who carried it out at least kind of had a plan and
They were
sort of
competent.
knew it.
Sort of.
Yeah, they were competent while committing war crimes. These guys, like, you're getting the sense that they have no idea what they're doing. They're just, but the time preference on the Trump administration is so high because they are, well, they're desperate. They know their days are limited. They are going to lose the midterm elections if they allow the midterm elections to happen and don't pass voter suppression bills, which is what they're trying super hard to do. They're either trying to get voter suppression through or they're trying to get some kind of national emergency to happen where they'll have an excuse to cancel postpone the midterms.
Well, and there is a major difference between this and Iraq. You can make a moral case for neoconservatism. I don't necessarily like it. I don't think it follows through. It doesn't ultimately work out. You can make a moral case that we are going to fight for liberal democracy. It doesn't work out. They haven't even attempted to do this. What they have done is they have just said that we're going to fight some random war.
Rose, is your daughter watching?
I suspect she might be.
Hi, Ezra. That's cool. That's cool.
Good evening,
Now
Ezra.
she knows you're on
I'm
a
glad you're
podcast.
watching me give political commentary.
About anarchism, no less. It's
you-
fantastic.
Oh,
More power.
I mean, I recently was driving her and her friends to and from the mall, and we were talking about anarchist theory. So I raised a based kid. I
Fantastic.
don't know what I did, but I did something right.
Here we go.
She's also dropping the leet and loves boobies. So, no downsides. No downsides. Well
Should
raised.
we?
Good mother.
Should we get to the downside to this show? This show's been a lot of downsides. There's another one from within the party. There's an SIC appeal, again. This one.
Can this
written-
Groundhog Day end?
No, this is a tradition now.
It's a
This is-
tradition. Every meeting, everyone just votes on the SIC appeal.
Exactly. It's you know it's like ringing the gong of the. It's really the new month. You know, you have to mark it by finding another appeal for the SIC. This one, however, seems to have been written basically entirely by an LLM, which is
Hey, there's two. There's
There's
two
two.
JC appeals for the
and two LLMs.
SIC right now. One was written very poorly by a lawyer.
Okay, but a lawyer who likely used LLMs, or
I wasn't 100% sure on that.
okay.
We know we know that Hector Ruse is written by 0 humans, no matter whether Hector Ruse looked at it or not.
Fair. Nobody wants to read something that nobody wrote, guys. That's the long and short of it. And honestly, that would be my full judicial opinion if this came to me.
If you can't be
AIDR.
bothered, if you can't write it yourself, I'm not going to take the time to read it. Okay, I
No.
think that's fair.
Nope. I mean, like, at least try. Put an effort into your bullshit, because like LLM bullshit is the lowest hanging fruit of all the bullshit. It's not. You don't have to try to debunk it. I prefer a challenge. I prefer the backbending. I prefer like the celebration of human creativity, which is utter and complete linguistic, verbal, legalistic bullshit. I live for that. It drives me. I enjoy creating it. I enjoy responding to it. That's fun. That's a human pastime. The LLM bullshit is just not. It's not even good. Like, there's nothing fun about it. It's completely. It's all the things that you thought about in terms of rejoinders on the very lizard brain level of your consciousness, and then was like, oh, I can easily rebuff that. Let me go a little bit higher. Except just write your own bullshit. And I mean that. You can write bullshit. I do it all the time. But write your own bullshit, because again, that's the special spark that makes verbal intelligence what it is. Verbal intelligence doesn't actually have anything to do with intelligence. That's the secret. It's just being able to make really dumb shit sound smart. I'm telling you all the secrets right now. Go check out The Torch, by the way, on a completely unrelated note. We have a
Speaking of
movement
sparks,
journal.
The Torch.
Yes.
What
we have a
Amanda is
movement
saying
journal.
is that she takes the time to actually write her articles.
I
I make a
do.
point of actually writing things like social media posts, okay? I will not outsource my thinking to AI. I understand the
If,
temptation, but I will not do it.
I think the SIC report was version of Trump's shoes.
It's
I love it.
you just guess what size it is, or she just gives it to everyone.
You just have to. Yeah, that's your
Um,
job is to use your favorite AI to write the report, and Hector Roos will submit it.
Gotcha.
So they take turns.
So, Karen Ann pointed out that Jesse Campbell, Esquire, is the lawyer that submitted the other one. Jesse's new to the lawyering, being admitted to the bar last year, and practices personal injury to the best of her knowledge. That one has at least a more interesting argument.
I thought you were saying that she practices personal injury to the best of like the lawyer's knowledge. To the best extent that I can, I practice personal injury law.
I just
I
practice
practice personal. Damn you!
Bam!
But your knowledge is not very
Um,
good on it, so I take over for it.
You should ask my wife how many ER visits we've been to. So the argument that Mr. Campbell is making is that the SIC included disciplinary action, and disciplinary action has requirements before it's done.
But
And so that's at least an interesting argument,
It's
except for the
not,
part where
though.
Angela wasn't on the board anymore.
well, even if so, you can say you invalidate the disciplinary action, but the report itself does not include disciplinary action. The report includes a recommendation, but that doesn't invalidate the substance of the report.
As a quick aside, the LNC comes to us to know if there are LNC meetings, guys.
That's almost true.
When we say we are the LNC now, no.
We are the
If
business.
people forget to register for the Zoom meeting, they just watch the meeting through our streams now.
By the way, if you forgot to register for our event that took the place of Business List last week, don't worry, there will be more, and maybe not even by registration, but you did miss out. We had a great lineup. We had Rebecca Massey. We had Free from Are You Smarter Than a Politician? We had Chase Oliver. We had some guy named Rob Yates. I don't really know what's up with him. It was good. We had the God King Mongol Phil Ryan talking about our initiative to get
Dr. God
King Mongol Phil Ryan, Esquire, maybe. But we talked about our initiative to get 100 Povertarians to Grand Rapids, because if we want to do the things in the party differently, then we need to do conventions differently. We need people to have their voices heard who wouldn't otherwise get the chance. So please do donate. We did get more donations last week, and we continue to. Also, merch. We have a merch store. We have amazing LPA merch. This, actually, the Don't Bread on Me ice shirt is LPA merch. The Death to Kingmakers flag behind me is LPA merch. I'm basically a walking advertisement for LPA merch. We have so much more. We got t-shirts. We got tumblers, actually. We have little thermoses. We have stickers to put on your laptop. Buying merch, that's
the price is wrong on these for the moment, but I'm showing you some pictures.
It's not $0. But
So we can't get a free mug.
No, you.
It's also bad because the auto-generated images from shoot, who do we?
Yeah,
Printful.
Well, look at
It
the mug.
puts the logo on the wrong side to see it.
Yeah, it just looks like a white mug.
At the Kingmakers.
Yes, that's one of our best-selling items. But yes, all the proceeds, the profits from that, it all goes to getting $0. Getting 100 Povertarians to Grand Rapids.
If we don't have swag bracelets for Grand Rapids, though, I mean,
the fuck is that? This is like a joke.
I told you
the profile?
that the way the store was set up was not good. I've got to go back and fix that. It'll be fine. But for now,
enjoy this.
Remember,
side
you can
view.
Live free or die fresh.
This demi section of. There we go. Look at that. Woo!
And as you can see in the background, that's actually a picture of Amanda. She's also that white.
I feel like this is going to encourage people to try to get to the store quickly, to try to get, to try to buy the things that say $0 as fast as they can in the hopes of getting them for free. So,
sure, guys,
this is actually a
Just
really
try
good
it.
promotional idea.
Yep.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Definitely click this, put it in your cart, buy it for whatever the price is, and don't ask questions.
I still haven't gotten a hoodie, by the way. I need to get a hoodie.
I will never get a hoodie because
t-shirt,
I'm never cold enough to need a hoodie.
Hoodies are amazing. I do have the Death.
I'm happy for you. This is the one that I ordered.
Yeah.
Oh, I need that too.
But anyway, that's the profits from that are going to go to getting 100 Povertarians to Grand Rapids. You donate, you help get 100 Povertarians to Grand Rapids. So please do that, and we will continue to have live streams, webinars, things of that nature to help make that happen. Everyone, what else do we need to cover?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan's the last big thing I can think
Didn't
of.
know whether we were going to cover Michigan. All right, go for it.
Yeah, what really constitutes lack of?
What really constitutes $6,000
violations?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Andrew.
I had Amanda in my ears from a different source from where I was rewatching the Kronstadt stream so that I can be useful for Kronstadt.
Oh yes,
There
that's right.
seems to
So
be
join us on the
disagreement
18th.
over what constitutes a breach of fiduciary duty.
Well, I think if it's under $6,001, it shouldn't matter. And that was, that was the position of many. Andrew Chatterton, while he was chair, also appointed himself, and someone please let me know if I'm getting this wrong, by the way, appointed himself treasurer as well during his tenure as chair, during which time $6,000 went missing from LP Michigan's coffers. The $6,000 remain unaccounted for at this time, and this was not a joke that originally came from me. I am just reporting what other people said. It might have gone to an all-you-can-eat buffet.
I have the official statement for how that happened.
All right.
The missing $6,000 is a little complicated. There was a week or so when Chatterton had sole access to the funds before the bank gave it to the court. During that time, $6,000 went missing. Chatterton stated that he spent it on legal fees, but it was never documented in any of the filings. Additionally, he had no treasurer at the time, so spending any money was illegal. And yes, the person is not using it to mean a violation of the bylaws. They mean a violation of Michigan law.
Literally illegal.
There is no record that the board voted for the expenditure. Bad news, Bears.
Well,
So there was a
it's not
motion to
embezzlement when
remove
a
Daddy
chair
Chatty
does it.
thereby. Right? It makes more sense why Daddy Chatty is so hell bent on making sure that Angela is not considered an embezzler. And then the other person who was motioned to be removed believes that ICE is not going far enough and that we should be throwing out all immigrants from the country on the grounds that, as he put it, all those visa holders who are killing families are great imports.
And by the way, both of these removal motions failed immediately after this last person's removal motion failed. They began posting blatantly racist memes in the Zoom chat. So Michigan was not sending their best.
I do have the actual image.
All right.
I would prefer we not throw it up there, but it's it's up to you guys if you think we should.
Someone's gonna like clip us completely.
Exactly,
out of context
exactly.
as having
I mean, there were a
shared
couple.
Yeah.
There wasn't just one. There were a couple of them.
He had one
Yeah.
picture.
that.
I have
At
the
what
actual
point,
picture.
like, what
Okay.
does it take to get kicked out of the Libertarian Party? Like, this is a problem. Like, I'm not.
But my
Yeah,
free
I
speech.
understand you can't just have. I understand that a mechanism that allows you to remove people could easily be abused. Like, I get that, but there's a point at which someone is so clearly, deliberately either trying to tank your party or they hold values that are completely the opposite of what we libertarians hold.
This is a debate that I'm happy to be losing because I have been surprisingly, I think, to many reviewers on the side of I don't think there's a way to craft that's beautiful. Thank you, Keith. I don't think there's a way to craft a bylaw for removal that would not open the door to all kinds of malignancy and abuse. And I routinely get shouted down on this, and I kind of like it. I like being shouted at sometimes. It's fun. Anyway, so yes, this is debate that I'm happy to be losing, and we have gotten a few suggestions for how to word a bylaw around it, at least as it pertains to not being able to hold office in the Libertarian Party any longer. And the emphasis, the last one that I looked at was a breach on fiduciary duty. So let us know, guys, if you have any bylaw suggestions, because we actually genuinely want to hear them. You can write them up all pretty and I'll put them in the torch. I genuinely will. I've put in bylaws proposals that I have not liked in the torch. I put in perfect ones in the torch. One of them was my own. And it was good because I got someone who commented on it that pointed out something that was wrong and would not be doable, and I got to change it, and it was really nice. So thank you. But yeah, send us your thoughts for those things. And what else? You can get our thoughts, by the way, on the failure of the removal votes if you watch the 4.5-hour live stream. But to just give you the abridged version. Pascal's Wager is what it was called, by the way. I got correct on this during the live stream because I said Augustine's Bargain, which is not a real thing. But so Pascal's Wager, some kind of version of that. If you think that it's unlikely, if a removal vote is unlikely to succeed or unlikely to actually result in any change, okay, well, if you vote in favor of removal, you might be right. You might be wrong. And in the process, you've sent a message to the person against whom you're voting that this bullshit will not be tolerated by you and all the people who voted against it. They can't walk all over you anymore. In the event that you don't vote for it, then you send a message that this is okay and the attitude of learned helplessness that has been forced on you by the bad actor will continue. That's it. So again, that's the abridged version, the Pascal's Wager version. Do the right thing, do the hard thing.
Yeah, so don't vote no on the grounds that, it's going to fail anyway, so I shouldn't take a position. Yeah, that is so cowardly. I'm sorry, but it is so cowardly.
Right.
No, what you do is you do like Pat Ford, and I've got to pull my I got to pull my state chairs on this and then take as
Come
long as
back.
come
yeah,
back to
ask
me.
me. Yeah, come back to me. Ask me.
Ask me at the end of the meeting.
every single time. Yes.
I'll pass and see how everyone else votes.
I do. So, we've made fun of Pat Ford many times on here, but I do have to give like a small brag on Pat Ford here.
Oh yeah.
Because I talked to him.
He just
I
needs to write
talked to
things.
him. Was it last week?
I was
or week
a, hey,
before?
I
last
was
week.
How long,
actually
how long, how
agreeing
long was the
with
phone
him on
call? Was it
the,
under 3 hours?
It was under 3 hours. It was a short
That's-
call
that's-
at 39 minutes.
Oh,
But,
that's the bragging right there. I get it.
So Pat actually supported the idea for our Grand Rapids Revolution kickoff, where we're trying to get the 100 Povertarians to Grand Rapids. And so we now are thereby working to get a block of rooms at a good price and everything else so that we can definitely make the Grand Rapids Revolution kickoff. What am I saying? Words. The 100 Povertarians to Grand Rapids.
Revolution.
Yes, happen. So that, everybody gets their voice. And it's really cool, that this is something that we're actually getting some support from people on, because it's an important thing. Everyone's voice should be heard, whether you have money or not. There's a lot of people that spend their body on the Libertarian Party, and I think that if you're spending your body, it counts just as much as if you spend your dollar.
Or your sanity.
Oh.
All right.
the
I think that
Possum
covers it.
Caucus disagrees, apparently. Whoever
Yeah,
that is.
we did in fact have two caucuses that I can think of that spoke out very heavily against our efforts to get a 100 Povertarians, even though we have people from their caucus. Imagine that. You hate,
Do we have
You
people
hate
from
a
the
group.
Opossum Caucus?
not that I know of,
Okay.
but I
'Cause
can
my-
hiss a lot if you want.
Yeah, my trash is looking a little low, and I wasn't sure if they'd been rifling through.
That's the thing. You'd think the Possum Caucus, of all people, would want to help get Povertarians to convention.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
they want to protect
They're-
the trash on the LNC. That's what they want to do. My
And
Ah,
Jake
okay.
comes in winner. Yeah. Guys, on Sunday, we're locking into this, Kyle. We're committing to the Sunday stream. Yes?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. On Sunday, everyone, we're doing a stream on LLMs, and you might be wondering what the hell do LLMs have to do with libertarianism?
And solidarity.
In solidarity, yes. Well, Kyle insists that they have things to do with libertarianism, and I just like to talk. So between the two of us, we're going to put together a stream on LLMs. On the 18th, guys, it's 1 year ago on the 18th, we did our first Kronstadt stream, and we're going to do another This Day in Liberty History. Might do Paris Commune, but definitely going to do the Kronstadt anarchists, the Kronstadt Rebellion in memoriam. And then the next day, on Thursday, we shall once again be back for the business list. Until then, everyone, we are the business list. We're gonna say anarchy. And we're gonna say anarchy. Full transparency. Now I wanna see anarchists on the business list. Destroy!